This is the story of SX13's journey from London to Brighton in horrendous rain during the Veteran Car Run of 2022. There are a few parts to this story, but let's pick it up here just outside Hyde Park at about 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's raining hard, and we don't know this yet, but it continues like this for most of the day. Hi, I'm Warren Brand and welcome to another Linleys video in which the story is not all about me, but very much about a remarkable, very old little car, SX13, and a very special day out. Later on, I'll backtrack a bit and talk about the car, who we are, and how we got to be here today. Right now, we need to get this little car started and driven about a mile around to the starting compound. Paul, the owner of SX13, will drive all day, but has a little team of supporters. As we approach the entry road into Hyde Park, there's quite a queue. Not ideal, but we have to be patient. We're here in Hyde Park, London, for the start of the 2022 Veteran Car Run. It's not a race, but an organised event where cars of a certain vintage, built before 1905, follow a route from London all the way down to Brighton. We're in start group 2 this year, which means there'll be about 25 other vehicles off ahead of us, and then we get called to the start line. There are about 250 cars taking part today, just a fraction of the usual 500 plus vehicles which usually enter. I'll join Paul as passenger on the car for the first section of the run. There's a little time to chat, but there's some tension as always, worrying about the car's level of endurance and our own level of discomfort in this terrible rain.
And, hello sir, can I have a quick word with you please? And what's your name, sir? John Worth.
The start is very flamboyant, even in this heavy rain this morning. It's just around 7 o'clock on the 4th of November. As the first set of cars, their very oldest ones dating back to before 1900, leave Hyde Park, we get ready to move out in the second group. From Hyde Park, the route passes through Wellington Arch, along Constitution Hill, in front of Buckingham Palace, and then on down the Mall, through Admiralty Arch, down Whitehall, past Parliament Square, past the newly refurbished Big Ben Clock Tower, over the Thames on Westminster Bridge, and on through South London via Brixton towards Croydon. This section is always very hard work for the car and driver. Lots of stops and starts, but this year with fewer entrants, we are doing remarkably well. The dampness is playing havoc for the ignition system of the little engine. The road sprays tending to splash up the side of the engine and affect the very simple spark generator, which is uncovered inside the bonnet hood. Times of bad running are frequent, and some of these actually lead to stalls. I explained quite a bit about the little car in last year's video, so do take a look back at that for a fuller description. There's a link in the description below. In summary though, SX13 is a 1900 New Orleans car built in Twickenham and used most likely for some years around the south of England as a private car. It had a period of time then as a disassembled car and used as a power unit for a big wood saw. Many years later it was bought by Paul's father. In a later video I plan to cover more of these details, but let's just relish in the fact that Paul has the car in fine running condition and is taking part again in the event this year. We continue on through South London. Let me explain a little bit about the team approach to us taking part in this very prestigious event today. So Paul is the owner of the car and is our team leader, our boss and organiser. I hint at a team, and indeed there is a team, as a driver on their own simply can't cope with the huge demands of the day's run. Our day started at Paul's house in Hampshire at 4:20 this morning. The team is formed of Paul and a collection of his friends who are willing to suffer the cold and wet for a day's adventure. I'm once again very lucky to be part of the team. From Paul's house we headed into London, and that's over an hour's drive. Paul's daily car becomes our team car. An SX13 is towed behind in a small box trailer. We can't unload the little car from the trailer in Hyde Park. We used to be able to, but they changed that arrangement a few years ago. We found a side road nearby where a quick unload was possible. After the final checks are completed and with the engine started, with a great application of technique and effort, Paul and I headed over to Hyde Park, as you saw in the first part of this video. The others in the team close up the box trailer and walk to the starting compound to see us off. After Paul and I have started out on the run, the other two guys returned back to the team car and trailer and began the chase to catch us up and act as a support car when that was needed. I say when that was needed, as there's always times when more oil and petrol or tools from the toolbox or a spare part from the boot is called for. On hills, and when the engine is just not running right, the passenger has to jump out to lighten the load. Yep, and then to run and try and keep up. Croydon is usually the first stopping point for a rest and a change of passenger, but with the rain and the different location where the formal stopping point was this year, we pushed on a little further. Paul stopped to do a quick check around the car and to swap over passengers. One out of the team car and me back in the dry. Paul, well, he's stuck out in the rain for the rest of the day. The rain's been relentless and again affecting the ignition system and simple carburettor. We got stuck for some time trying to restart this lovely old engine. And another swap of passengers is possible. Started, and they're off again for the short final section into Brighton. It's my turn to drive the team car, and SX13 uses the dedicated route for veteran cars down to Madeira Drive, right along the beachside from the pier. I managed to park the team car along the upper main road, Marine Parade, and pop down to see Paul and the old car at the finish line display area briefly. With the rain, we didn't waste any time in leaving the display area and driving up to the box trailer, loading up and driving home. Well, that's it for this year. Let's hope the weather for November 2023's London to Brighton Veteran Car Run is rather better. Thanks for watching, and from Brighton, bye for now.